The topic that brings us here is deadly serious. The rise of hate and violence facing the 2S LGBTQI+ communities, including the drag artists, happening across Ontario and right in the nation has been alarming. They are fearful of what happens next if we don't have protection from the government and law enforcement to take care of them. This afternoon, I'll be introducing a new private member's bill. The proposed legislation does two things, and I will go through them. Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI+ community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully. Secondly, the Act creates an Ontario 2S LGBTQI+ Safety Advisory Committee to provide recommendations to the provincial government on how to improve safety for our community and to prevent further hate.
A world without drag has never existed, and it never will. Drag is educational, drag is creative, drag is comedy, but drag is not a crime. Queer businesses are failing due to these acts of hate. Windows are being smashed, property is being damaged, queer families are being targeted, our ally families are being harassed by these protesters. Queer hate crimes have skyrocketed since recent anti-2S LGBTQIA+ bills have been introduced in the US. I also deal with the very real struggles of homophobia, hate crimes, and acts of purposeful intent to intimidate and now disqualify who I am as a person and what I do as a job. I contacted Kristen Wong-Tam's office where I met with them and Marit Stiles to discuss these horrifying bills that are being passed around the United States and how it is rapidly starting to affect our communities right here in our backyards. These threats and intimidation tactics are very real and happening all around us to people we love and care about. Even in recent weeks, I myself have been victim to hate crimes and hate speech. I'm a professional drag queen who loves what I do more than anything in the entire world. Drag is all about spreading love and acceptance and allows people to feel empowered and special. Drag artists and trans people have an inherent right to live freely and authentically in their truth.
Kristen, do you not think it's a slippery slope to restrict demonstration as much as most people may disagree with what those demonstrators are saying?
I hear you loud and clear on that. One thing that was really important for us is to make sure we balance the right to protest and the protection of individuals from hate speech, hate propaganda, and language that fuels hatred and violence. So in that case, if we have to evaluate it that way, keeping communities safe is important. People are allowed to protest. They are not allowed to intimidate, nor are they allowed to distribute hate propaganda. They should not be inciting violence. That's all set out in the criminal code. We just need to be more specific that they cannot do it to this community.